I can't imagine Ivy Nile wants to come in here and be someone's stepping stone. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, you have to imagine Ivy's mindset can't be at 100% after failing to qualify last week against not just Lyra Valkyrie, but of course Rhea Ripley, who went on a punch her ticket to Chicago.
You know, and we've seen a lot of different layers of Skylar Raye as well. I go back to this past December on NXT, teamed with Shiloh Hill, another winner on LFG, and a
Christmas
Chaos matchup against Stax and Grace, and she was doing things in that matchup that no one really thought that she had it in her to have that killer instinct, so to speak.
Well, Vic, to that point, she's only had 2 NXT matches, one being a speed match, the other a mixed tag. You have to wonder, is she ready for tonight's chance?
I think she is. I think this is a testament to everybody down in NXT, from the coaching staff to all of the trainers. I mean, you talk about matches, you can probably count her matches on both your hands that have been televised, and now she's under this spotlight.
There you go. The roll-up, only 2.
Under this spotlight, and I mean, this is a huge step for her. Right now, she's holding her own. Yes, I understand it's early on, but it doesn't seem that the moment is too big for Skylar Raye.
As Ivy Nile, another superstar, started down in NXT, is Skylar Raye looking to pick the ankle right now. And you see that cheerleading background on display. You talked about it, Vic, from Penn State to the NFL. Now, of course, part of the NIL program in NXT. As Skylar Raye looking to control the pace here against Ivy Nile. And, of course, Ivy had that power on full display in her 3rd consecutive Women's Royal Rumble a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, she certainly did. And, no, you can talk about a cheerleading background. I don't know too many cheerleaders that take a forearm to the face just like that. But now pace starting to quicken for Skylar Raye.
Oh, version of La Mystica right there. As Skylar Raye looking to use that speed and quickness. You talk about that grit and toughness, Vic. It was on full display in LFG a lot of times under the tutelage of The Undertaker.
Yeah, it certainly was. And look, The Undertaker also the tutelage of someone like Shiloh Hill, who had a hell of a matchup this past Tuesday.
Raye into the cover. Looks at the legs.
For the North American Championship against Ethan Page. But Skylar Raye has certainly come in and taken to this craft. She now is always in the Performance Center. She's always in the gym. She's doing the extra training sessions. And you're seeing that it's paying off again to be under the spotlight of main event right here.
Well scouted by Ivy Nile into the counter reverses course. Into the backbreaker, and Ivy. Oh, into position. Talk about The Undertaker. Maybe go for a tombstone.
A great show of strength again by Ivy Nile. Following it up. Talk about killer instinct. Ivy Nile has found that. She went away from just smiling and happy to be here to having that ability to crank up that aggression. What would you call her? The pit bull? And that's a pit bull mentality right there in Ivy Nile.
She'll certainly fight to the end. I wouldn't necessarily think perseverance negates frustration, but right now Ivy looking to dish it out to Skylar Raye.
You talked about grit and determination, a lot of other buzzwords for Skylar Raye. The one word we're going to find out here tonight is resiliency. Can she snap back like a rubber band?
We certainly saw a positive attitude being coached on LFG, but let's see what she does in the deep waters. This one, German suplex.
Oof.
Ivy holds the bridge, another near fall.
And I want to point out there, too, Ivy Nile didn't have a lot on that bridge. Her shoulders were still down, too. Jessica Carr realizing, I don't know if she saw both, but Ivy might have been bailed out a little bit, too, on that kick out from Skylar Raye.
As Ivy Nile in control right now, and we talked about the men's chamber earlier, we touched on the women's chamber here in this matchup. But again, we saw our 4th superstar added this past Monday, another one added tomorrow night on Friday Night SmackDown. The field is almost set.
Now the road to WrestleMania certainly goes right through the windy city of Chicago.
Crucifix! Skylar in the cover. Here fall.
Oh, and again, look at Nile.
Talk about that power, Vic. From a seated position, into the fireman's carry and the fall away. The Samoan drop. Here we go. 2. Right on the doorstep.
You know, and I go back to that German suplex, too, that we saw earlier. I think Ivy Nile maybe has been caught by surprise with exactly how much fight she has gotten from Skylar Raye. There's not a lot of tape on Skylar Raye, right? There wasn't a lot for Ivy Nile to prepare for. And so she's able to weather that storm early on right now. And she seems to be calming down into this matchup now and is starting to take over.
Saw Skylar Raye compete for an opportunity at the Women's Speed Championship on NXT. Ivy Nile, of course, been in the mix for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. We know right now that's being stalked by none other than AJ Lee.
And again, you better watch what you're saying about a couple of these people.
I know Becky Lynch is a watcher here on Main Event.
You watch what you're saying about Becky Lynch as well. You're going to be on her awards for next year.
As these two going back and forth right here. Skylar Raye, Ivy Nile, the center of the ring. What an opportunity this is for Skylar Raye once again here, Vic.
It's huge. She's showing us that resiliency I talked about, starting to fight back. This would not only be an upset, it'd be the biggest win for Skylar Raye in her young WWE career.
Skylar starting to fire up right here. Charges into the near side corner. And Ray's starting to feel it now.
She has certainly proved that LFG is building the future greats in this industry. And now, I don't necessarily know. This is high risk.
Let's see how much reward the Season 2 winner, LFG, from Unstuck. Here we go. Missile drop kick.
Will it be enough?
Into the cover. Hooks the outside leg. And Nile able to press out, but Skylar Raye, Vic, she needs to keep her foot on the gas.
She certainly does, and for Skylar Raye, she also hasn't been in this situation too often, trying to showcase some power of her own. Counter, though, by Nile.
Oh!
Big kick.
And that's going to stun Raye. You see a big strike there by Ivy. Now into position, and Nile. Oh, Raye coming back the other way. It's a cradle. Will this do it? Nile needs to keep her focus right now as Ivy.
Skylar Raye, I feel like she's so
On her
stiff in the ring.
heels. And Skylar Raye wins it.
Nice. That was flawless.
Satellite DDT into the cover, center of the ring, big upset. Not on its way quite yet.
Not quite. Ivy Nile still a little fight. Take another look.
Indeed, as Ivy Nile thought she had Skylar Raye.
I feel like Skylar Raye has Skylar Raye, whatever her name is, been way too stiff on the ring.
It paid off with a missile drop kick. Will it work a second time? A little bit too much. And again, so much has been taken out of both these women in this matchup. Ivy Nile, though, looking for the exclamation point here on Main Event.
You see the WrestleMania sign in the background. It's that time of the year. Ivy Nile looking for it all right now.
Skylar Raye doing her best right now to block a couple of body shots.
Get the superplex beyond its way. Gourd buster. Nice counter there by Raye. She goes back up top. Creates that separation. Big crossbody.
Oh, and the power again. Ivy Nile, power personified.
The momentum takes her right through and swings down, dumps Raye. And that is a wrap.